Family quarrels are like clowns, solved eventually by time and love's magic. Today's father-in-law's birthday. Ximeng has a gift he won't ignore. This car is the old pal that raced with father-in-law 40 years ago at the Tour de France, and Ximeng even got it a makeover, making it shine like a new penny. Just as father-in-law basked in this surprise, Ximeng wildly lifted the film projector's cover, and father-in-law looked up. What greeted his eyes was a highlight reel of his championship race. He saw his old teammates on the racetrack he once zipped over. Father-in-law couldn't help himself and hopped back on the bike, as if time had rewound to those youthful days of chasing dreams. You see, him getting impatient waiting here. Just then, father-in-law spotted his long-gone wife. He turned to glance at his son-in-law, and an emotional flood surged within him. Tears welled up in his eyes. With Ximeng's help, father-in-law shed his old relic label and embarked on a new adventure. He not only registered on social media but also got creative by posting singing videos online, bringing him a happy retirement. Ximeng and father-in-law's interactions were like an aid squad of bro buddies, with both becoming even better. A new female patient arrived at the rehab center today. She could have been a star ballerina, but fate dealt her a weird hand of mysterious illness. She felt hopeless, but Ximeng cheered her up, saying, "This illness is like a lousy dance partner, you just need to avoid being stepped on." After hearing this, she cracked a relieved smile and began to practice ballet during her therapy breaks. When she met Ximeng again, she expressed her gratitude, thanking him for giving her the courage to battle her illness. The majority here knew Ximeng was gearing up for a triathlon, and her optimistic attitude made her a role model among other patients. Ximeng knew he lacked his wife's superhero strength. The night before departure, he invited her to dance. Expressing gratitude for her unwavering and silent support of the family all along, he also conveyed profound guilt to his wife. Her words unveiled the true essence of a husband-wife relationship. This is what real love truly is. They weathered the storms of life together. But just before the race, Ximeng's illness took a nosedive. Father-in-law rushed him to the hospital, but the doctor's news hit like a thunderbolt. His condition was worse than ever, with half of Ximeng's body nearly paralyzed. The doctors suggested changing medications and starting a new treatment, which meant Ximeng might miss the race this year. It was like a bolt from the blue, causing him to stumble off the mountain climbing journey. Father-in-law saw this, heart-aching, massaged Ximeng's half-body and encouraged, "I'll rise again. I'll train with you for another year. Better results await." Father-in-law's words strengthened Ximeng. Although he couldn't even manage toilet duties right now, he was determined to get back to running over the next 365 days, starting from standing in the water. Taking one step at a time and training early and late, Ximeng's health gradually improved. With 130 days to go until the race, he could swim in the water, and 61 days later, he was sprinting on the beach and flying along the mountain trails. After daily training, Ximeng finally got back to normal. The race day had come, and he arrived at the venue he had dreamed of. Father-in-law warned, clocking at the finish in 17 HRS, or face elimination. Today's weather is unpredictable. Temperature may plummet suddenly, be extra careful on the road. With family watching, Ximeng set off proudly. He would face a battle of speed, endurance, and willpower against a bunch of normal folks and even pro athletes. This was undoubtedly a huge challenge for him. As the whistle blew, the triathlon kicked off, with nearly 500 competitors charging into the sea. Ximeng found himself sandwiched in the middle. He had to manage his energy wisely and worry about whether his illness would make a surprise comeback. He had to proceed slowly for stability. An hour later, some swimmers finished, while Ximeng struggled ashore half an hour after them. Luckily, the gap wasn't large. Yet, illness after effects forced him to endure an accelerated baptism from rivals in the next 180km cycling race. He tried to speed up, but was already gasping for breath. Father-in-law's words echoed in his ears like encouraging notes, spurring him onwards. On the hillside, fog swirled, as cold as fridge sushi, yet audience warmth cheered him. After an exhausting 8 hours and 50 minutes of biking, Ximeng finally finished the cycling portion, and his family was as thrilled as if they'd won the lotto. However, only 8 hours remained, and Ximeng had to finish the final 42 kilometers of the marathon in that time. This wouldn't be hard for professional marathon runners, but for this triathlon rookie Ximeng, it was anything but easy. The hope of clinching the championship was gradually fading away, but what Ximeng pursued was not to surpass others, rather to overcome the self plagued by the illness. As seconds passed, Ximeng struggled more, life often leaves us no choice but to face hardships. The only thing we can do is not be defeated by these difficulties. Some may have tried, but ultimately gave up along the way. Only the persistent will have a chance for a brilliant life. Seeing races cross the finish line one by one, family hoped Ximeng would appear soon. However, as the sun set, Ximeng had fallen to the back of the pack, still running so hard he was nearly vomiting. After a quick breather, he resumed his steps, and before long, night fell as competitors from behind reached the finish line one after another. Yet they still awaited Ximeng's arrival, their anxiety growing as the clock ticked down and staff began cleaning up the venue. Father-in-law, seeing his family's anxiety, rushed to prevent the staff from packing up, but no one else could finish the race. At this point, the racetrack could only clean up crew and Ximeng. He wobbled, looking pained, but his eyes shone with unwavering determination. He longed to finish the race, to be the Iron Man in the kids' eyes, father-in-law's perfect son-in-law, and the good husband in his wife's heart. But Ximeng's body had reached its limit. He could only helplessly collapse on the track, unable to move. If you enjoyed this story, please make sure to like and subscribe to my channel for more exciting content.